I don't know. I'm not. I've never been that much into trains.
Yes, you have, but Zachy in particular is really into trains, and
No,
I'm always amazed.
It's because of the kids I was into trains.
Well, no, but it's amazing the following this is because it's the sesquicentennial, 150th, the sesquicentennial, 150th anniversary of the Golden Spike, where the Transcontinental Railroad met in Ogden, and they founded the Spike. Anyway, we're going to tell you about the gigantic trains coming in and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to ride on them.
But first, what you eat when you're camping, we tried this.
All right, here's another camping hack that I'm really excited for because our Zach is crazy about Crescent Rolls. So we smash these open first, which always makes us jump because it is, what does Dad call this?
The adult version of the Jack in the Box.
Yeah, it works like that. Okay,
yeah.
Then you're getting your basic hamburger, hot dogs. You can also do fancy sausages.
What do you call this?
I call it pigs in a blanket.
No,
You didn't think that was exotic enough.
No, hogs in a sleeping bag on the fire.
That sounds so much cooler.
Isn't that better?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
better. Yes.
Okay. So take one of your little guys. We're going to wrap it like that.
Guys?
Wrap it so
it could be a girl, you know.
I guess that's
Let's
possible.
watch the expert.
Wrap the bottom. Okay, now, good girl. Now wrap it on top of it. Good.
Sort of.
Keep wrapping.
Is it important to cover the entire hog or no?
No, but we really like Crescent Rolls, so that's what we're doing.
Okay.
You might see this was the Zachy double Crescent Roll creation. So.
And this is the only time I've heard my wife ever say, we're going to cook them on low heat. Because at home, she just torches.
And then just tuck the edges underneath. Do you want to do another piece, or are you happy with that?
Just a little bit.
Okay, that's a lot of squishing. It's going to be cool. Okay.
I've never seen a hog like this go to the fire.
That's a well-wrapped hog. It's going to be cool.
Are we going to the fire?
To the fire.
You know, I think the most exciting thing is that to see Erin cooking. I mean, it's so funny. Oh, she heard me. All right, so, okay, what do we have? Oh, we have hogs in a sleeping bag on the fire.
So we're using our really cool skewers for that. I'll need Todd's gloves to keep from burning myself. But these are really cool. So we're going to try these over foil. You can also try them just straight on the grill if you want. Just spray some nonstick cooking oil over the grill really quick, and that will take care of that. And once again, this is just basically over the coals. So, oh, one hint about if you do spray any of the nonstick on the grill, do it when it's up over there, not when it's directly over the fire, because the big whoosh of flame is a bad thing for your eyelashes and your eyebrows.
What they used to be.
That's not from personal experience, but I've witnessed it in the past. So, all right, we're going to try these suckers like that just because I don't want any ash on mine. But so we'll see this is Zachy's double stuffed, and we'll see how they all work out.
Todd and Erin Daily Stream. The hot dog thing. We burn them on the bottom.
Well, just a little bit.
The better suspended.
I think you're probably right, but it was still ridiculously tasty, I think.
They were great.
What was the fancy name again? Sleeping bag hogs on
hogs thing. If you're going to do it, though, and just rotate them because your kids are more patient.
Rotate them a little faster.
Yeah.
I don't think it has to be suspended. Just
dual prong.
Dual
prong, so they don't slip. Just a thought.
They
were tasty though. Hey, coming up next, we want to give them the information about the trains and the laziest explorer in the world. In the history
really is.
Of the world.
He just has to lie there and he's exploring things.
Don't tell him more. It's coming up next.
The Todd and Erin Daily Stream is brought to you by PC Laptops, with desktops and laptops starting as low as $7.99 with a lifetime parts and service warranty. They fix phones too. Go to PCLaptops.com.
Big boy. Big a boy.
Now, why do they call it well, I guess it's a given.
Largest steam engine, promontory point coming up. Largest steam engine made in the world.
We get it.
They made 44 of them. Their twin used to be at Pioneer Park. Do you remember? The train that was there?
Right.
They moved it to Ogden. That's where it sits.
I didn't know that.
And then it sat next to the one that they've done 5 years of restoration on. It's the only huge machine that men actually and women walk around with oil cans and squirt the outsides with, which I always find so amazing to me, with grease buckets and stuff. And you went, wow.
I didn't realize there was actually a practice of chasing the locomotive because they were bringing it down from, I think it was Wyoming. Where did they have it? Where they were working on it?
Yeah.
And there were cars that people, big fans, would chase the locomotive down to the next point, which I guess it's now resting up in Ogden, right?
Yeah, they did whistle stops and stuff like that so people could see them, and like Helper and all these other places, which was kind of cool. and they were like amazed. But the vehicle that was chasing, they had some diesel engines that were chasing.
That's so cool.
Not chasing, following the steam engines. And in the 40s and 50s, they used to go from Wyoming to Utah with supplies and stuff. Now, here's the interesting thing. Some people are into trains a lot more than others.
A lot. So they're having a big celebration tonight with Governor Herbert. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they're having a big celebration in Ogden. There's all kinds of different performances and stuff going on. You can tour the trains, do all these things. But they had something there that was like, ride the big boy.
I would love to ride the big boy.
That sounds delightful. And it talks about the fact of you get a short lecture and then there's a box lunch. And
may I say,
you get on the big boy.
I've been on Thomas the Train up in Heber.
Polar Express.
I've been on it like 6 times.
Polar Express, another
And
47.
It was fun. Mm-hmm. What did it cost us? $10.
All 3 of us, 4 of us, 5 of us, about $36.
$36.
So anyway, the big boy will take you from Ogden all the way up to Evanston, Wyoming, and then you need to take a bus back from Evanston, Wyoming, which is a good 2 hours.
Like the fun bus.
It's an investment of time. It's all sold out, unfortunately. Guess how much the tickets were?
$74.
This is 2 days worth of these kind of trips. $3,000 each, and it's sold out. $3,000 per ticket, ladies and gentlemen. I would not spend that on the Rolling Stones. It's like, are you kidding me? I mean, I like trains, but
I have a question.
do we like trains that much?
I have a question.
Yes.
If they actually did sell it out, why not just add more cars?
Well, now you're just being all fussy.
Now I'm an entrepreneur.
Maybe they just don't have the cars for it.
For $3,000 a piece, I think
I'd find some new car.
them.
Yeah, I'd be stapling upholstery on something. That'd be great.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, you can go to goldenspike.org. You can get all the information about the festivities, but it is running Friday through Sunday, so there's a lot to do and see, even if you can't afford $3,000 for a train ticket.
So what is going on with moms in Utah, and why are we being shunned?
No, we suck again. It seems like, especially with a lot of the women's equality issues, we totally suck. Now, we're awesome in so many ways nationwide with our health and our youth and our vigor, and we all work hard and we have super good attitudes, but we suck when it comes to women's equality.
How so?
Out of all 50 states and the District of Columbia, Utah ranks 38th. 38th in the nation
for what?
For working moms. Now, it bases categories like opportunities for childcare, professional work, work-life balance, support for a working mother, and we're 38th out of 50.
Do you think it's mostly daycare? What do you think it is?
And it's also, Utah has the worst female executive to male executive ratio in the country, meaning we have very few women who are in
wait. We are like #1 in women starting businesses in the country.
Yeah, because they can't afford to get a babysitter and leave the house, so they're being plucky little entrepreneurs. But if they could actually go out and... In any case, that was kind of a bummer. It really was. By the way, now, #1 was Massachusetts, #2 Rhode Island, #3 Connecticut, #4 Vermont. It's the nice northeastern states again.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Why?
Mother's Day is coming up. I want to run this past you. I want you, after I do this, I want you to forget about what we've talked about in case one of these things you really like.
Okay.
All right. It's a custom framed photo. It's a keepsake.
Oh, pretty.
And it's $25.
So it's nicely framed and matted.
Speed
it's a
and
photo.
surprising quality of affordable price. Keepsakes. So these are all sponsored. So I have to say that up front.
So they're nicely matted, and sadly, not by us. It's not like we're making any money. We just read this article.
We have more framed photos than anyone watching this right now. And I kid you not. We don't need that.
Most of them are leaning against my bedroom wall because I took them down to redecorate.
Makes me feel bad. Just her family. All right, graphic images, leather-bound, joy of cooking. Now, what message does that send?
Do you need a leather-bound Joy of Cooking cookbook?
Well, first of all, how's your cooking? #2.
Isn't it get stuff on it?
It should be this silver spoon instead of
True also.
Joy of Cooking.
Because Todd is a snob, but it's true.
Why would you give your mom, your wife, your girl, a cookbook?
Well, no. If you're a really good cook, it is still considered the Bible of cooking. And so if you were going to do like a vintage, like first edition thing, I could see it. But leather, you're just going to get crap on it and grease stains. And how much is it?
$150. $130.
I was thinking about that for Father's Day, but not now.
How about just apply it to internet and have her get
look stuff up.
Them do that.
130. Anything else?
Yeah, wake up alarm clock.
Now, I loved how they titled this. This is for exhausted mothers who don't get enough sleep. So you're like sleepless moms, you're up with the baby or whatever. Oh, that's great. And now, so your solution is an alarm clock.
No, now you have to stop.
Okay.
Providing a slow, gentle progression from barely there golden glow to a bright, everything's gonna be all right white light steadfastly streaming just a few inches away from your head in the morning, and that's only $108.
Or you could get up with the kids and let your poor wife sleep in for a while, or use that $108 and hire a babysitter.
Or you could
get up with the kids so she could sleep in.
You could do a faux gold-plated vacuum cleaner. That would get you beaten up as much.
Pretty much, yeah. I think that's a given.
So
any more insightful ideas?
None of these. Do any of these like get your fancy?
Oh, this one's so sweet. Once again, for exhausted, sleep-deprived moms, the Everyday Women's Giselle Pajamas Sleepwear Set. It's little luxuries for sleep-deprived parents. You're like, oh, like someone else getting up with the kids? No, they're super soft pajamas for $118.
So when you're only sleeping 2.5 hours, you get the 2.5 hours you deserve.
If I'm going to get $108 pajamas, I want them to be made of like fur. Okay,
No, wait. You walk in the rain sometimes. Mm-hmm. Look at this item.
Oh, it's for mothers who want to go lightweight. Like you don't want to have to drag around a lot of stuff. The Duvet mini umbrella. It's the nicest, lightest gifts for Mother's Day, like a practical, lightweight umbrella that folds up to be impossibly small for $169.
A little umbrella.
If you spend $169 on an umbrella for your wife for Mother's Day, she will bludgeon you to death with it.
And if you want something lightweight, let me give you this advice: cotton candy. Cotton candy is lightweight.
Everybody loves cotton candy. It's not like you can go wrong.
Loves cotton candy.
Wow, we'll look for more words of wisdom again.
We're trying to find
sleep-deprived parents, and your suggestions are $100 alarm clocks and pajamas versus just perhaps letting her sleep in.
And what is your motto for Mother's Day? We have
take the children away and leave me alone for 3 or 4 hours.
That's it. That's all you have to do.
You can read, you can garden, you can take a walk, you can do anything you want. You don't have to feel guilty or obligated.
No.
My husband is an angel.
Take them away.
It's true. He's an angel.
Make them be gone.
And to be honest, you get up with the kids the vast majority of the time. You let me sleep in almost all the time. You are like the best husband in the world. Let's be honest. You really are. Best husband ever.
I love you.
You must, because you get up with the kids most of the time. Oh, that's good.
Tell me something good.
This is another wonderful mom story, and I just adore this. Now, Sharonda Wilson was set to graduate from Ferris State University. Now, she had worked for a long time to get to this point in her life. She was a single mom. Her awesome son, who's adorable, Stephen, was set to graduate from Central Michigan University.
So wait a minute. She's a mom and stuff. She went back to school.
Mm-hmm. Getting her degree, and in the meantime, she was also helping her son. They were both going through college together, different universities. And then she found out that her son's graduation ceremony would be precisely at the same time hers was.
Oh.
Now, you're thinking, you've scrimped and saved, and you've busted your butt to graduate from college. You want to take that walk. She said, well, no, I'm gonna go to my son's. She says, I'm gonna go to my boys. I have to see him walk. So she was planning on giving up her opportunity after all those years of work to walk and receive that applause to go to her son's instead. Well, here's the deal. CMU President Dr. Robert Davies heard about Sharonda's act of devotion, and so what he did is he contacted her university and said, could we give her college degree on behalf of you?
Shut up.
And so the thing that's so awesome that, of course, Ferris State University is like, yes, please, that would be incredible. Thank you. And so they had video that goes across this, and they're completely surprised. And Stephen graduated from his 5-year academic career with a bachelor's in fine arts and theaters. And then the very next name they called was his mom. And he's still on stage. She was about to walk off, and he's still on stage. And his mom comes up, and someone's escorting her because she's like, "Is there a mistake?" They threw a cap and gown on her. She walked across. She received her diploma from the president of the university. Shook his hand.
Cap and gown, all Velcro, just.
And they walked off the stage together.
That was very cool.
Stephen said, when I heard she was getting her degree with me, I was speechless. She said, my mom is the strongest and most compassionate woman I know, and this moment tops anything else that will happen in my life.
Wow.
That is
amazing.
A good son. What an amazing mom.
You know, Utah and in America, they're known for Lewis and Clark. They're known for...
Many great explorers.
And the world, going to the South Pole, North Pole, people climbing Mount Everest, everything.
Crossing oceans.
Savin is French. He's also 71. I didn't realize this. This kind of takes the punch out of my story.
Keep going.
A little bit. See, what he did in his garage is he designed a barrel. Now, it's 7 feet by 10 feet, and it's hollow, and it's made out of fiberglass, and it's got portal holes in it because it's going in the water, and it's got a big fin and counterweight on the bottom so it stays upright. And basically...
This is a barrel he's putting in the ocean.
It's a barrel he's going to put in the ocean.
Okay. What was his plan with this barrel?
His plan was get to the Caribbean, which is everyone's plan.
So wait, he was going to just plop it in the water in France, and then it would float like with the current. He positioned it so it would like float with the current to Caribbean.
Yeah,
Caribbean.
2,900 miles.
That seems like kind of a
2 miles an hour.
A feckless, fast and loose kind of plan.
2 miles an hour.
Like I'm pretty sure this is the current that's going to take me there.
Of this. Now, of course, for his birthday.
What keeps him from rolling? Because that would kill me in half a
counterweight on
second.
the bottom, like I said.
Okay.
Okay, so brought 2 bottles of wine, one for his birthday, one for New Year's,
That's
and
all?
some fagua because he's French, and basically sits back and he had some food with him, obviously, and then he did fishing and he caught fish and he had a little stove and he cooked them on the stove. Otherwise, and he did throw some buoys out for oceanic research and currents and stuff. Otherwise...
So did he end up in the Caribbean?
We actually ended up on a little island with 3,000 people on it, and they went and rescued him.
Where?
And they pulled him in the Caribbean.
So he did get to the Caribbean?
He did. By sitting for 4 months in a barrel.
And just picture, that's like the size of your kitchen counter. Imagine living on your kitchen counter.
10 by 7.
For 4 months.
Alone.
Most of the time inside, hatch closed.
I would imagine you'd sit out on top and just kind of...
All the time.
But when storms came through, can you imagine the brutal force of that on a round cylindrical object? Wow.
I think that sounds horrible.
So basically all he did was threw himself in the ocean.
And floated.
And he did this. For 4 months. Oh, yeah, that's right. He did. He did some science. And then he was...
Sat for 4 freaking months.
Then they had a radio, and he came across land, and they came out, and they grabbed him, they towed him in. They put him up in a hotel. They took care of him.
Because, man, he must have looked mighty sad by then. It's like, oh, God bless him.
And then they arranged that him and his barrel went home back to France. There you go. Congratulations. Laziest explorer in the world.
All right. We have a treat for you for Mother's Day, because if you're still watching the show... You're amazing, and you have a very high pain threshold. So what we wanted to do is reward you. We have a Nothing Bundt Cakes cake for you. You need to be able to pick it up by Saturday.
Oh, no.
At closing.
Oh, no.
And you have glorious Nothing Bundt cake you can take to your mom. Or even better, if you are the mom, you don't have to share it.
Can I make a suggestion? When you go to pick it up, you take a fork. They have them there. And they might not make it home. Except they're... They hide in the garage or something. You gotta do it.
It's for the mother. Anyway,
I'm talking about the mother.
If you have made it this far in the show and you actually just got this information, just make a comment saying cake. That's all I need.
That's all you have to do.
That's your code word,
all right.
Cake. Make the comment, say cake. I will pick a winner today and notify you.
All right, thanks for joining us on the Todd and Erin Daily Stream. We will talk to you tomorrow.
$168 pajamas because you're sleep deprived, so you get soft pajamas.
You guys have a great day.
How about just some sleep?
How about some more cake?
Cake would be good. Oh, I'd love cake for Mother's Day now that I think about it.
That's what you're getting.
That has completely changed my mind.